Alright, what's up, guys? So, Hot T, she has uploaded a video titled Ethan Klein announced the new Frenemies co-host. You won't believe this. It looked like there's another video that she uploaded that's coming out, or it's already out, and it looked like they made a podcast episode together, Ethan and Trisha. So I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on with these two. But hopefully everything is all right. I am tired. If I sound like I'm about to fall asleep, it's because I am. It's honestly because I am because I had don't think these are steroids, but these are muscle builder PM pills, and it has I think they said 5 milligrams of melatonin. I was already tired prior before taking one. I've been working out lately, and I seen that they. I honestly, I'm like, bro, them pills ain't working, bro. I still got a freaking gut. I ain't got no six pack. I barely have any muscle tone. It's like only push ups have been helping me. I just need to work out more. But, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. Make sure you go subscribe to Ray's channel, Hot T, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. But, anyways, let's get into this video. And I was working on my merch store and listening to this, had this Japanese song on repeat. That Japanese song slaps. This is a song called Stay With Me, and I heard it on TikTok, and I'm like, bruh, that song slaps. I have no idea what the woman is talking about. I think it's love. I mean, obviously, but yeah, the song slaps.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about a bunch of little things on the internet right now, from TMossBoss's awkward paparazzi moment to Ethan Klein announcing the new co-host of Frenemies. But before we get into it, I'm doing an iPad giveaway, and it's super easy to enter. It's literally like 2 steps, so make sure to check out my
I said in the last video, for one, I'm friends with Ray, and it would feel wrong if I were to sign up for it and then I was the one that won, and I'm like, I know that there's others that can use it. Plus, I kind of got like a beef with Apple products right now. And I think somebody else would be way more deserving. So, yeah, for those that don't know, there is an iPad giveaway going on right now on Ray's channel. Well, I don't know if it's still going on, but anyways. This video is somewhat old. This video was uploaded on the 23rd of last month. So,
interested in entering. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn your post notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up. Alright, let's get into it. This random paparazzi clip of TMossBoss is going viral on the internet right now because of how she's walking. It's actually
she had
hilarious.
A shot, and that shot actually shot her.
To make her legs look nicer in pictures, or she's just drunk. I don't know, man.
Second option. That's scary. I've been afraid she was gonna fall.
This person apparently thought the same thing, though, commenting, I think she's probably on something, plus trying to get good angles so she can use the pics for her Instagram. Angles. She's a clever one, mind your own. She's probably just trying to get good paparazzi photos. But then one person defended her, saying, imagine having all of those camera lights in your face. I'd be doing the same thing. You can't see, dummy. And then another person said she's trying to act like she didn't call them. Tana actually...
I'm like, okay, here's the thing. And this is just what I would have to my response to that. Have you ever walked out of a somewhat dim like classroom to full-blown sunshine? I have, bruh. I went to school, okay? So many days where it was just full-on sunny outside when the sun was like right there as soon as you walked out, okay? That's like the brightest light that you can possibly see. I walk out. I've never walked out like I was on something or I was drunk. Why her legs look backwards? Oh, that's scary. Like, I thought her foot was facing the other way. I'm like, oh, that's why she's walking like that. Her ankle is twisted, but anyways, I'm like, I've never walked like that out of a classroom. I'm telling you, I have woke up out of naps and just, then it's like, okay, your eyes have been closed for a certain amount of time. You look, it's dim all in there. You hear that bell ring, so you hurry up and go to the outside, and it's like just pure brightness. And so you're kind of like this, like, but I've never walked like that just because it's, because of like lights and stuff. Like,
she ended up posting this picture on her Instagram, and not gonna lie, her legs do look really good. Maybe I should try that when I'm taking pictures. But it's probably also like heavily face tuned. Like, was she actually this tan in the picture? Speaking of Tana, she's been getting called out recently for associating with Taylor Kniff. If you guys remember, a couple years back, Tana made a video called Taylor Kniff is a transphobic piece of shit. Taylor is still transphobic to this day. Last week, he posted this on his story about Nikita Dragon.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
He said, I'm hooking up with a man. I'm down bad right now. I'm down tremendous.
And I tell the security guard, I'm like, yo, bro, like, it's none of my business, but like, I just don't. I feel like you guys just like a crazy fact that you guys wouldn't know. Like, did you guys know that's a dude? They absolutely looked like I looked like I just threw a stun grenade in the back of the security lounge there. They're like, bro, what? I'm like, yeah, that was a dude, and they could not believe it.
This is what it's.
Yeah, I seen that part. I didn't know he said the F word. That's crazy. Yeah, that guy, I'm like, bro, you in this day and age, just like to anybody in this day and age that still uses that word to describe somebody, and it's like, yeah, it's, you know, I understand if that's you and your friends and you guys just say it amongst each other. Sure, there's probably like white people out there that be using the N-word amongst each other. At the end of the day, I have no place or business to tell you and your friends on how to act, but when you're saying it to somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with you because of their preference in life, like, fam, you guys sit down and actually like reevaluate your life and just be like, dang, I'm really this person. Like, it's, yeah. It's people like that. I'm like, hey, look, to whoever out there that is like transgender, and you know, if that's your lifestyle, live it. Don't worry about what other people say. I almost hit some stuff and knocked them over, but don't worry about what other people say, what people are gonna think. It's like that with everybody. Everybody's gonna get into something, and they're gonna have people judging, making fun of them, saying things about them. At the end of the day, you just gotta learn how to roast people, and just roast them, and just be like, you honestly, you walk like Tana Mojo, and it's like, and if they got like a walking problem, then it's like that's gonna hit home for them. So, but I'm just saying, like, you know, just live your life. Don't worry about what other people think. It's stuff like this. I'm like, you know, I personally don't care for it. I'm not saying that I don't care for the video, Ray, don't think that, but I'm just saying it's things like that. I think if I were to be in them shoes, or if I was a transgender person, I wouldn't care, because I'm like, I really don't care what other people, it's not like you're helping me or supporting me or whatever, so it's like when you're in that outside part of the circle, I really could care less what you say. So
my livelihood is constantly threatened by just living my life as a trans person. And I'm so embarrassed to even be showing this video, but it's reality. It's what's really fucking happening in the world. I try to be strong for you guys and hold my head up high.
You would think, and then you would think with like you, and it's like whoever he is, like this Taylor Kniff person, it's like you can't talk about Black Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, or any other form of life matters, and you doing stuff like that. Like, yeah, bro, you need to sit down and just, you know, reevaluate your life.
And act like I'm not terrified that something like this will happen to me. This is how trans people die. This time it was me. Next time it could be somebody else. Somebody not as lucky. We must stop trans hate because it leads to trans violence and people lose their lives.
Taylor then posted this, pretending to cry and making a mockery out of the situation. He also made a terrible attempt to address the situation on his Instagram Live as well.
Oh, cool. Like, I was never going to say anything. Like, my boys knew I was never going to say anything. I'm like,
yeah, he looks like the type that he'll be a lot like, bro, like, my black friends, we say it amongst each other all the time. Like, I don't understand why you guys are so mad at me. Like, I'll just say the N-word. I won't actually say the word. He looks like he didn't have that conversation.
Yo, it's just like, obviously, unfortunate situation. I have people on my close friends that are obviously clout-ridden, will murder themselves because of this. And that's when I was like, yo, well, you haven't thought about, so that's one side. Think about the other side. If you accidentally,
wait, what is he saying? Like, am I just stupid? I can't understand what he's trying to say. He's just,
it's like, yeah, that's just, Ray, that's just, you know, that's when like an American person, they get so caught up in something, they're just like, bro, because it wasn't even like when I had said what I said, it wasn't how I said it, but when I did say it, that's how I said what I said. It's, yeah, that's honestly, that's like every like American person when they get caught up in something. I've had that same conversation. It's all like, my mom be like, where's the homework? I'm like, look, because when I had, now hold on, because I had it, but I didn't when I did. So it's just, it's honestly, it's like one of those like just like dumb things that people do and stuff. But it's like, it's very common out here in the United States.
So all over the place. I don't know if it's him or me. Comment down below if you understood what he just said.
You know, you do your thing and you end up there, and then the next day you realize what you've done.
Okay, but like you should have realized that it's not okay to be transphobic like years ago.
Right, and then you know, I know the security there. So that's the other part people don't understand.
What difference at all does that make? Like, okay, you were being
it's like you told us that. Why?
About someone else to.
So it's like the security guard is your friend, but you're still at the end of the day transphobic. Yeah, that's nice. I know if I've been the security guard, I'm like, bro, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
That
so
you knew, like, doesn't make a difference.
And no one does want to understand every part of the situation, nor understand that, like, yo, I'm obviously making a joke to 140 people on my close friends. Like, people don't want to understand that part.
Understand what
like,
part?
not
You're not
joke,
explaining anything.
Yeah.
None of what you just said justifies what you did.
I'm not a clout chaser. The clout chaser is you guys.
The 1,000 people who are watching your live are clout chasers for making you take accountability.
You guys going for my close friends, screen recording my shit, and then uploading it, and then playing a sympathy story like you haven't been doing this shit since 2015. Like you haven't been hooking up with innocent males.
Okay, yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost.
So now it sounds like he's trying to like flip it back on the person that's transgender. I don't know what, like, you know, what their pronouns are, so I'm not trying to, like, you know, he or she or, you know, but that you know, person and things. But yeah, it's like, fam, like, you got caught up, own up to it, apologize, move on. Like, that's honestly at the end of the day that you can, like, the only thing that you could do. But it's like to look at either, I would assume that, I don't know who would just go out of their way and be like, oh, let me go watch a Taylor Kniff live stream, you know, regardless of whatever beef that he's caught up in and stuff. Even when I heard when all that stuff went down, I was like, oh, let me go to a Taylor Kniff stream and stuff and watch what he's talking about. Nobody has ever said that. Nobody ever would do that. So I would assume that those 1,000 people are probably like the last bit of fans that he has left in the world and stuff. But yeah, bro, it's like, who at the end of the day, it's like, who's clout chasing? You know, it's like you sat down and you're dragging this thing on for whatever reason rather than just owning up to what you did and apologizing. It's like, yeah, and my thing is this. Okay, if he's mad at the person because they didn't tell whoever they were with that they were, you know, transgender, that is their business. I think people forget, like, business still exists, but not like a business that you run and make money from. No, I'm saying like a party of either 2 to however many people, whatever they're talking about, whatever they got going on in that circle, whatever is just overall going on, period, that's between them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. So
someone enlighten me in the comments down below. What is he talking about?
And people don't understand that. Like, bro, I'm gonna still joke. Like, comedians get away with this shit. Like, they see the name, they see Taylor Kniff, they know I'm winning right now.
I promise you, that's not what people think when
Wow.
they think Taylor Kniff.
This
Trust
guy.
me. I've only heard about this guy twice in my life. The first time was when TMossBoss made a video calling him transphobic, and the second time is now when he's being transphobic again to Nikki.
I would say I've seen his name, but it's nothing I've just been like, oh, okay, cool. Just, you know, another social media influencer with a decent amount of followers and stuff. Don't really know how he got the followers. Don't really, you know. He kind of reminds me, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Michael's son from Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, picture his son, but the real life version. They would have to, bro, I'm telling you, okay, so hear me out. Robert De Niro and Taylor Kniff play as Michael and Michael's son in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, Robert De Niro, I feel like wouldn't go up for that role. He probably would, but just be like, all right, call up that one YouTuber, TMossBoss or something, you know, to have it where that's my son. I trust him more than this guy.
He's a dragon. So that's everything that he has going for him. He doesn't really, I think he really is doing this for clout because that's the only time when people are talking about him.
This is the facts. None of this came from social media anymore. I'm sorry. I sent her a full apology. Olivia, Father Kel, Stas, all told me. I immediately said, hey, I need to apologize. I'm sorry. It was for my close friends. It was for 30 people. And I wasn't being transphobic. I was just speaking absolute facts. And yes, she is a woman, so I get that now. But like, it was obviously something I shouldn't have said, like even on my close friends.
Trisha Paytas also tweeted, I know, trust me, I know. Nikita can stand up for herself. She got that don't give a fuck confidence for days. But like, people like Taylor Kniff deserve to be canceled for life. Like, that's grounds for deplatforming, so I'm definitely adding to the noise for that to happen. Taylor Kniff can go to hell. He radiates small dick energy without a doubt. The smallest dick energy for disrespecting Nikita. Just because you can't get laid, Taylor, because you got a tiny dick, doesn't mean you have to be the smallest cock block. In other news, Britney Spears breaks her silence in court about her conservatorship situation.
This situation is crazy.
The 39-year-old pop star will appear virtually at a hearing over her conservatorship and who will control her estimated $60 million fortune.
Britney has been fighting for years now to end the conservatorship, which made her father
I hope it does
everything
end.
From who she's dating to like how she spends the money that she's earning. Like, it's insane.
That Spears said she feels the conservatorship has become an oppressive and controlling tool against her.
People were saying that it's just ironic that she was deemed unwell to control her own money, but was still allowed by her father to go and make the money, right?
Yeah.
The Times also saying that in
doesn't add up. I'm like, yeah, that whole situation, I definitely would have, I don't know. I probably have, like, can you, like, go to a different country and, you know, just ditch the spot? I started a whole new life. I just be like, my name's Spears Brittany now, or freaking Spritney Beers. I don't know. I would have just changed my whole thing and just been like, I'm not going to overall. Because I'm like, my thing is, like, this girl can have, like, such a successful career. It's like if people wasn't, like, running it for her. You know, like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Her father's the one that's behind it. Yeah, I think he, you know, that man needs to let that stuff go and just be like, hey, like, if you think you're gonna be broke afterwards, it's like, okay, like, deal with that. You know, my thing is like, whatever you was doing before Britney Spears became Britney Spears, go back to that. I don't care if you was a grocery store manager, go back to that. All right, it's gonna put food in your stomach, clothes on your back, and everything else. But it's like, when you do this, I don't think I could ever do this to my kids. Like, if my kids were actually unfit to work, if anything, I would try to help them to get back, because I'm like, I don't want to run your empire. That is your empire to run. So yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, man, it's really messed up that Britney Spears is. I didn't know it was this serious, but it's like the more things I hear about it, I'm like, man, it's so messed up that it's like somebody would have to deal with this.
Spears told a court she had been forced into a mental health facility against her will on exaggerated grounds, which she viewed as punishment for standing up for herself and making an objection during a rehearsal.
Britney has refused to reform for the last 2.5 years as long as her dad is in charge of her career, which I totally respect. I would 100% do the same.
Am I ready to take the stage again? Am I going to take the stage again? Will I ever take the stage again? I have no idea. I'm having fun right now. I'm a transition in my life, and I'm enjoying myself. So that's it.
Shane Dawson, for some reason, also thought it was a good idea to make a joke about it. He just put on a blonde wig and was like, okay, this is my Britney documentary.
This is my Britney documentary. What do you mean? This is it.
It's like, fam, you better sit down somewhere before you get canceled.
Me pretending to be Britney for 2 hours, 7 parts.
This is such 2009 comedy, by the way. Do people still find this funny? Shane also spoke on drama channels for using the same exact photo in thumbnails every time. Ryland and Morgan were also there making a joke about it.
I feel ugly. I'm not ready to be on camera. I'm still, like, all the drama channels are still using the picture from my last apology video a year ago.
So they do use the same. Like, can you at least... This is my issue, okay? I get the drama videos, like, I get what they're doing, because they make a lot of money, I'm sure. Probably more than any of us right now.
Nah.
But you can't even Photoshop a new picture every time. They use the same picture of the same person every time. Like, Tana has had the same picture in 47 thumbnails.
All I'm saying is, I know if I show myself, that's what they're going to start using.
Are we blurring the face in post?
I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I'm doing this because I love you and I want to support you.
Let's move on to talk about...
It's like, it's just when, you know, content creators, when they, like, reach that level of success, I already know for a fact, I'm like, you know, the day when I, like, reach 1 million subscribers and, you know, reach to a part of being a content creator where even if, like, when I do reach that part, I'm still not going to be comfortable and still want to accomplish more. Like, I'm still going to be this person. I'm not going to be like, oh, let me hide and do this or do that and think I could get away with stuff. Like, yeah, it's just overall wild, like, when a content creator, you know, gets big. Like, I honestly felt like resistance in my heart's wanting to beat after watching that video. And it's not even like that I have like beef or hatred towards Shane Dawson, but it's just stuff like that is cringy to me.
About the most random collaboration of the century, this. Out of nowhere, Madison Beer and Vanessa freaking Hudgens decide to come out with a skincare line together. I mean, I'm not hating on it, but it's just so random. I didn't even know that these two knew each other. But to be honest, the ad looks hot. I mean, not gonna lie.
Maybe it's not their company. If it is their company,
also, I love how
they gotta be good
everyone coming out
friends
with
in
makeup
real
products,
life.
but I guess money is in skincare now. Literally everyone and their mothers are coming out with skincare lines now. Like, you know, the market is oversaturated once Trisha freaking Paytas decides to enter it. But honestly, not to be hateful, but I trust to buy skincare from these two more than Trisha Paytas. Like, look at that airbrush skin. And since we've mentioned Trisha Paytas, let's finally move on to talk about her former Frenemies co-host, Ethan Klein. Ethan just announced this video on members only called "The New Host of Frenemies Is," and he wrote, "Here's a totally not troll titled video for our members." And spoiler alert, it turned out to be his mom, Donna.
Oh, wow.
One person tweeted, "Awful situation. Ethan fully deserves to continue with the show how he pleases, but I do think this is going to be harmful to Trisha's mental health. Borderline personality disorder is triggered by rejection / perceived abandonment, and this can definitely be perceived by them as abandonment." Someone replied saying, "And that'll be for Trisha to sort through." I honestly agree. Like, does Ethan now just have to continue living his life forever, keeping Trisha Paytas' mental health in mind? Like,
yeah,
that's
it's
just
like
unreasonable for his business.
My thing is, it's like, I care more about my mom than Trisha Paytas. What kind of statement is that? I'm like, what does this full-grown adult, what comparison does this full-grown adult has towards my own mom? Like, fam, I've been like, please do not ever comment that again in your life. Don't ever comment it. Like, I know it's like they're not trying to overall compare, but it's like to even have them in the same conversation, or to make it seem like that, oh, mom, I gotta fire you because of Trisha Paytas. Do you really think I'm gonna have that conversation? Yeah, it's people like that where I'm like, hey, yo, like, I don't know what issues you got going on back at home, but it's like, you need to know that your mom is more important than Trisha Paytas. So
to sever, because
and it's like not trying to say that Trisha Paytas is not important. I'm just saying moms come first, not Trisha Paytas.
The person who literally made him lose a bunch of money in the first place. Ethan's company was the one who invested all the money into the Frenemies set and the production and the crew, and for Trisha to just walk off like that, and that was a huge financial hit for Ethan. Oh, also the merch. I freaking forgot about the merch that Ethan invested all his personal income into. So obviously Trisha Paytas was so very inconsiderate of Ethan, so why should he be considerate of Trisha now? Like, these double standards, man. Another user said, "I think Frenemies was perfect with Trisha and it shouldn't continue without her." And another said, "It's a shame she quit and slandered her co-host / friend online for 2 weeks. He can do whatever he wants with the show, in my opinion."
Exactly.
She clearly had no respect
for
it. And my favorite tweet of all time, one person said, "Trisha running to Twitter when she hears about this." I'm dying. I'm dying. Also, someone tweeted at Trisha Paytas being like, "Go back to Frenemies, please." Trisha Paytas responds saying next Tuesday, and Ethan Klein confirms, "For the record, this is 100% not happening." So for everyone that had hope, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Speaking of Ethan, that's not the only news about him this week. He's been pretty active lately. Steven Crowder challenged Ethan Klein to a debate, which Ethan accepted. This all started, by the way, because Hila once wore a mask to a party where no one else was wearing a mask. Steven was making fun of her for it, and Ethan said that the CDC does the research for us and says masks help prevent COVID. Steven then posted this video to promote the debate.
I don't think I've ever seen a more perfect encapsulation of groupthink.
The CDC is like this whole governmental body. Just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude. Obviously, my point is that if you're so fucking stupid, then yeah, you should listen to the CDC, bro.
You and I can talk about it. It is appointed to a man once to be invited on the show. And if you don't, if you decline, and everyone now knows that you will, but I will never address you again. I bet this guy's going to do anything he can to avoid actually debating.
I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I prepared.
I had no idea this was going to happen. You know,
Steven, you're wearing
that we agreed. Yeah? So?
But then Ethan ended up pranking Steven into debating Sam Cedar, who is a comedian and commentator that Steven has been avoiding for like years now. Apparently Ethan had to sneak Sam onto the call without Steven noticing.
Avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. Dave, remember I told you? I said I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate. He just takes advantage of women with, mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own
I gotta
fighting.
say, you would do anything to avoid talking to me.
And then this happened.
The point that you made
Yeah,
at the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan,
was-
Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
His face, he's so cute and confused. Just let the man speak. But basically, Steven spoke over him the entire time.
Come on, Sam.
Well, let's have a
Sam,
debate.
come
If no
on. Just,
one's
I'll tell you
worried,
what. I have a general
This is a
rule.
great
I don't even know what I'm watching at this point. Ethan chimes in out of nowhere being like, Steven, show yourself. He said this multiple times because the camera was just on the co-host the entire time.
Don't show your co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven.
I'm wondering if Steven was like super red and like embarrassed to put the camera on himself.
Steven, you are such a coward. Stop showing your little leprechaun co-host.
Oh my god, Ethan's actually hilarious. I am dying. One person commented, I can't believe Ela wearing a mask to a party caused all this to happen. Another user said, this reminds me of those videos where they prank call two 7-Elevens and sit there silently while the two argue with each other. That's so true. And lastly, one user said, why in the world would Steven want to debate Ethan? He has more of a following than Sam, but his content is rarely political. It's a comedy channel. It doesn't even make sense. Someone replied saying, because Crowder's whole grift requires him to only debate unprepared people. The minute someone qualified shows up, he has a meltdown. Which is so true. Like, honestly, he's kind of a pussy. He didn't even bother. He didn't even allow for the debate to happen because he was just going off screaming at him. The camera wasn't even on him. Like, I don't even know these people. I'm not into, like, political comedy. But I can just clearly tell the kind of guy that this Steven guy is. What do you guys think about this? I really am interested in knowing, so comment down below. And to end off the video, here's a cute TikTok that I found. It's adorable. It's of a little baby getting massaged because apparently getting birthed is also stressful for babies as well. Like, in addition to like the mother, the baby also gets extremely sore from like being birthed, even from a C-section, it says, which is like crazy to me because I thought C-sections were easy, right? Like, I mean, I didn't think it was easy for the mother, right? I thought it was easy for the baby because like they're not getting smushed out of a vagina, they're getting just taken out of the little uterus.
I did not know that.
Am I just stupid? Can someone...
I'm about to be watched. I'm like, I be hearing like little small details about like birth and all, like even like before birth and after birth, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll be prepared. I'm just gonna randomly say that to my whoever like my girlfriend or wife is. I'm just like, I was like, babe, I was watching this hot tea video years ago. I don't even know when exactly I'll have kids, but I'll just be like, I was watching this hot tea video an odd amount of time ago, and yeah, she showed, and she was saying she included the clip in her like the bigger video and stuff. You got massaged baby like this on the back and stuff. She was just like, who's hot tea and what videos are you talking about? I'm like, here, let me just, I'm like, no, okay, Ethan Klein announced it. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember this. I'm like, I'm gonna save this video. I'm like, I'm gonna just make sure I save it for that one little clip and be like, okay, that's how you got massaged the baby's back.
Enlighten me in the comments down below. Is that actually how C-sections work? I'm also like already like deciding that I kind of want a C-section, but also like I'm worried about how the scar is gonna heal. So guys, someone inform me about C-sections in the comment down below. Just give me all the information. Okay, wow, I just went
I wish I could tell you something. I don't know. I wouldn't even really trip about the scars. I mean, it ain't my body to really like tell somebody, but it's like my thing is like, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, I don't know. I can't even call myself like weak because you can't have no C-section in the face. That would probably kill you. But yeah, I like Scar body. I would like Scar body. Or maybe just Scar. Well, no, because Scar killed Mufasa, so I'm like, can't call myself Scar. Dang, what guy? I think Scar Body. You ain't never heard nobody named Scar Body, so I'm just Scarface, but 10 times worse. But anyways.
Really off topic there. I'm not even pregnant, by the way. If anyone was thinking, I don't know. I always just think about how much I don't want to give birth at some point. I don't even know if I want to have kids. Okay, I'm really going off topic. This is what happens when I don't read off of a script.
It happens. Nope, it happens.
Here's the clip, you guys.
When I was taking this little guy's photos, I noticed that he was having problems getting into the poses and wasn't feeling 100% comfortable. So I scooped him up, unswaddled him, and gave him a little back massage because I knew that he had had a little bit of a hard birth, a little bit of a hard entry into the world, and quite often things like a C-section, forceps,
that baby chilling too.
Or a tight birth canal can often result in a
mouthpiece done fell all out.
Back, shoulders, or neck.
He's like, this the
life.
life.
When I hit the spot, he lets me know with a beautiful big smile. Isn't it gorgeous? And he was totally comfortable after that.
That was it for today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. Bye.
That was a pretty good video. I feel like it was a lot to say and stuff. But anyways, yeah, as always, make sure you guys, if you haven't, go show the most amount of support and love to Hot T and her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.